Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Cal State LA, home to your LA Force. Tonight, in the National Independent Soccer Association matchup, we'll be featuring the away team, Stumptown Athletic, and the LA Force. In just a few moments, both teams will enter the field for what will be an exciting matchup of professional soccer. In the NISA standings, fourth place, Stumptown Athletic, a professional club located in Charlotte, North Carolina, play their home opener Saturday, the 29th of February, against San Diego 1904 with a 2-2 draw. Goals coming by Tate and Mendoza. In your LA Force home opener this past Friday, with a 2-0 loss to Detroit City FC. They'll be on the road for the next 2 weeks, visiting Stumptown Athletic and Michigan Stars. Their next home matchup will be March 28th versus Cal United Strikers. LA Force fans, be sure to visit the LA Force merchandise booth, located just behind the stadium. Get the latest in LA Force gear, from t-shirts, hats, scarves, and much, much more. A vast array of LA Force merchandise. Grab your gear, and thanks for supporting the LA Force.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cal State LA. We are in beautiful Los Angeles, California for tonight's NISA soccer matchup between the home team, Los Angeles Force, and the visitors, Stumptown Athletic. I am Ardif Takari along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to be able to bring you tonight's play by play. We're in for an exciting matchup tonight. And Gustavo, do you feel like tonight is going to be a good night?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be an exciting match because LA Force need the 3 points. They're at home again, back-to-back home games. They need to show up and come out with the win tonight.
And when no, obviously, when talking from the standpoint of LA Force, you're saying all the right things, but you know, everyone knows, LA Force knows they want to get that victory. It's very crucial.
Right.
But in the previous game, a 2-0 loss to Detroit City FC, they lost. Like I said, it was a 2-0 loss. So first, should we be more so talking about LA Force getting that goal and building on that confidence?
Right. LA Force, who came out very flat last game, especially on that first half where they didn't find any chances. Second half was a much better effort, but wasn't enough. Detroit City FC came out very strong, playing away. I think it really showed the new roster pretty much from LA Force. Although they do a couple new changes on the lineup, we'll talk about that later. But I think, yeah, they need to get it going offensively, or else they're gonna have a difficult night tonight.
Getting it going offensively, absolutely. But what else do you think the LA Force needs to do in order to be successful against Stumptown tonight?
Well, I think they gotta get those passes to their forwards. The midfield they didn't look sharp enough last game. There were gonna be a couple substitutions on that side, but you have to be strong defensively. Last game they really lacked on that, because the first goal was a really, I would say, it was an easy mistake from the team, just looking at the ball, getting into the feet of the opponent, not making that second effort on defense. So I think that has to be really improved, because if you are solid on defense, then you can start creating up forward.
You mentioned a term that we mention at times, and it's something that coaches don't like. But yes, ball watching. That goal, going back to that first goal from Detroit City FC
Right.
against LA Force, they had a free kick, and Bernabe Magana comes up with a big save. But
Right.
like you said, not a very quick reaction at all from the LA Force defenders. I mean, clearly that's something that's got to change tonight. There has to be a heightened sense of urgency, but at the same time, still got to play smart.
Yeah, very smart, because you already lost 3 important points at home. You won't get those back, but if you come out this game and show out, and especially give those fans who are coming, especially in this cold night here to Cal State LA, you have to give them something to cheer for. You need goals, and that's what will bring back the crowd back again, like they did in the first game.
Now let's switch gears a little bit, talking about the visitors.
Right.
Stumptown Athletic, coming from
Hmm.
North Carolina. So this is another game.
Long trip.
Another
Yeah.
team coming from a long way.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the travel is really not going to be a huge factor?
Well, I don't think so. We saw last game Detroit City FC, who actually did like 8 9 hours of traveling, and that didn't seem to affect the players or the team at all. I think that was especially the weather. The weather helped for both teams. I think it's gonna be another similar game where the East Coast team, they're used to this weather. The cold weather, minus probably 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think there's gonna be not too much pressure on them, because they know if Detroit City FC came out to play their game and get 3 points, they could do the same.
Now with Stumptown, it seems like both, with these two teams, Stumptown Athletic and LA Force, seems like both teams are in similar situations.
Right.
For one, though, LA Force lost at home 2-0 to Detroit City FC.
Hmm.
But Stumptown, okay, a 2-2 tie against San Diego 1904 FC. But the truth is, when you look at the score, yes, 2-2, you say, okay, hard fought game. Each team got a point. The team shared the spoils. But when you look at that goal that was let in by Stumptown Athletic in the 82nd minute, you can't help but say that those were some dropped points.
Yeah, that was looking at those replays. It's very unfortunate from Vinny Tasca, who lost the starting lineup today. Who two big mistakes in his behalf. I think the first goal, letting that ball go through and from that cross, was pretty much his ball. The ball's in the 6 yard box. Could have gotten potentially. The second one, very unfortunate. You saw, if you could check out the replay on my Kuju, man, that was very unfortunately. He pretty much, I guess, he tried to scoop it up, but the ball bounced to in a weird way, and the ball went in. And to lose, to lose 3 points that way at home is very tough.
Now, when getting ready for this matchup, it's really easy to talk about what we think might happen. But before we start getting to any kinds of predictions,
Right.
take a look at Stumptown Athletic and how they did during the 2019 Fall NISA Showcase. I mean, second place in the East Coast standings. They had 2 wins
Right.
and 2 losses. And of course, they did get to the East Coast Championship, lost 3-0 to Miami FC. I mean, Miami FC, that's a quality club. We know that. But when looking at how they did on the pitch, out of those 4 games in the regular season, 7 goals scored, 7 goals conceded. So do you feel like this is a situation where LA Force knows that the goals should come tonight?
Yeah, because you have it's not much a very balanced team, because if they score 7 on you in 4 games, you have problems in the defense. Last game they did score 2 against them, and coach Mark Steffens did talked about it, how he was very pleasant with the game, but unfortunately those mistakes on the defensive side really cost the team. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see how LA Force can learn from what San Diego did in that game. And Coach Steffens did say that he regrets giving the ball too much to San Diego, so he's gonna try to switch that up in this game.
Now on the other side, now for the home team, LA Force. Before last week's game against Detroit, head coach Talis Peterson was very clear about what he wanted, talking about the keys to win. Limiting set pieces. We know that was a problem because Detroit scored their first goal off of a set piece. And also, disrupting those passing lanes, disrupting those crosses. But having said all that, do you feel like Talis Peterson, head coach of the Force, do you feel like he's going to be, do you feel like part of his plan tonight will be basically, hey, test out their keeper?
Yeah, it is something they really didn't do on the first game, having that opportunity to go up front and getting those shots out. They didn't really get that opportunity to test out the goalkeeper besides 1 or twice the whole game.
And let me be clear about it. And by testing out, I mean just taking shots, teeing off on Micah Bledsoe.
Right.
Do you feel like that is really going to be one of the keys?
Yeah, because it's going to be his first game. So last game they did have Tosca, so we'll see how Bledsoe comes into this game. It is pretty nerve-wracking to start your first professional game of this spring. So I think it's probably one of the new acquisitions for Stumptown Athletic as well.
Now, as we're getting closer and closer to kickoff, you were awesome at this last week. Who are the players to watch? Let's start with the home team, LA Force.
Well, for me, it's going to be interesting to see Alexander Molano, because he comes into this new lineup. Last game, I don't know why I keep saying last year. For some reason.
It's all right. Everyone will get past it, sure.
But a couple of the changes he did make on the midfield, he made 2 of them. So Villalobos comes out, and now Alexander Molano comes into this game. He played for the Dallas Sidekicks, and as well as the Colorado Springs, so as well as the USA U17 and U20. But I think it's gonna be interesting to see how he contemplates the team in this game.
Okay, same question now for Stumptown Athletic. I feel like you're gonna come up successful with the with the right guess on who's gonna find the back of the net.
Well, I was talking to you about this player, Tate Robertson, who scored the first goal of the 2020 spring season for Stumptown Athletic. I think he's gonna be the main in charge in the midfield. I think he's gonna be key, and I think he's gonna get another goal in this game. I have a feeling for that.
Okay, when you say you got a feeling, do you feel like it's going to come from another set piece? Because, he clearly has that skill from those set pieces. He's got a powerful shot on him.
Yeah, they did have problems, LA Force, in the set pieces last game, but we'll see how they respond in this game.
Well, we are getting closer to kickoff. The teams are out on the field. We should be getting ready to go over the starting lineups. So when taking a look at the starting lineups, first let's take a look at Stumptown Athletic. Like we said, not a surprise. We know there's been a change in goal. Micah Bledsoe gets a start. We know he's in goal, and he's obviously got to take advantage of this opportunity. You know, you mentioned how this could be nerve-wracking, but at the same time, he's got to be excited for this opportunity.
Right, Micah Bledsoe, who comes into this game, like we said in the pregame, first start of this season, and I think it's going to be nerve-wracking for him to see how he does this game.
And also, for the back line, Randy Mendoza
Right.
as a left back. You got David Coloco and Sergio Campbell as the center backs. Giovanni Bejarano playing as the right back. In midfield, Josue Espana, Tate Robertson, Jared Odenbeck. Two other changes in midfield, Ismael Longo and Donald Benamna. Up top, Ryan Peterson playing as striker.
Yeah, interesting lineup. You have like a four. Well, it says that Tate Robertson is a defender, but he uses more as a midfield. So it's a clear 4-3-3 again for Stumptown Athletic.
Now for the LA Force, no change in goal, Bernabe Magana. Can't be surprised about that. And when looking at the back line for the Force, not too many changes. You got Gregory Salazar as left back. The center backs, no change. Alex Colwell, Matthew
Right.
Powell. One change, though, at the right back position. Max Gunderson will be starting. Looking at the midfield, you talked about some changes. Yes, Alexander Molano, Enrique Cardenas, and Jesus Gonzalez. On the wings, we'll have Alejandra Garcia and Akofe Ajeko, and up top, Norberto Ochoa. So what do you got to say about this LA Force starting lineup?
Yeah, another same lineup formation. 4-3-3, same one as last game, but a couple of substitutions. We're going to see how that connection between Alexander Molano and Enrique Cardenas comes into play for this game for LA Force.
We're really excited for this match tonight. And as you know, yes, LA Force, Stumptown Athletic getting ready to kick this one off. I'm Ardith Takari along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play on Maicujo via TVE Max. I think everyone's ready for an exciting match tonight. I think we're going to see some goals. How about a score prediction?
All right, I think I'm going to go with the home team this time. I believe there's going to be goals from LA Force. I hope they will be, and it'll be 2-1 for LA Force.
All right, 2-1. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to go and make it just a 1-0, a tight game. I think LA Force is going to come out 1-0 on top, and it's going to be a tight battle. I think both teams are going to be cautious at times, and both teams will be looking to burn one another on the counterattack. And we are about just ready to get this one going at Cal State LA Stadium in beautiful Los Angeles, California. A lot of, I would say, the feeling there's got to be some suspense. But when talking about the LA Force, I mean,
Right.
do you really want to say that there's got to be some suspense? I mean, do you feel like suspense might just make these LA Force players a little too nervous and throw them off their game?
It could be because, it's like we said, most of it is a brand new team. A lot of changes in this roster, so we'll see how they bounce back from that tough loss at home last week. And as for Stumptown Athletic, they do have 12 newcomers are in this game. So, I'm sorry, 12 returners and 7 newcomers for the visiting team.
And one player to really point out for LA Force, who's in the starting lineup tonight, the player that's hard to miss, number 91, Enrique Cardenas, has experience before, has experience at the USL Championship level with Orange County Blues FC. He's also played before at the USL League 2 level with FC Golden State Force, and he was a member of LA Force during the 2019 Fall NISA Showcase, and he did score a goal in the West Coast Championship against Cal United Strikers FC. So clearly he is another player that's going to be that could really have an impact on this match tonight.
Yeah, you need someone whose presence is going to be noticed, especially up front. The lack of goal last game really made head coach Tails Peterson to make a lot of changes, especially on this lineup. And as for Stumptown Athletic, they did have 5 new starters last game. We'll see how they do this game for this starting 11.
And another player to really keep an eye on for Stumptown Athletic is Sergio Campbell, who's going to be starting as one of the center backs. He has been capped before 2 times for the national team of Jamaica. He also was even capped one time, made one appearance for the Columbus Crew of Major League Soccer back in 2015. He's also had stints before with AFC Ann Arbor and the NPSL, as well as with the Rochester Rhinos, with the Rochester Rhinos. He did come on as a sub last week in the match against San Diego 1904. But it seems as if head coach Mark Steffens really wants to ratchet up the back line, especially at the center back position.
Yeah, you're gonna see how this game plays out as the ball gets going.
And here we are. We are underway. Stumptown getting the kickoff. And David Coloco gets to Randy Mendoza. I think right away we're already seeing LA Force wanting to press a bit, put pressure on the visitors. I think look for LA Force to try and find an early goal. Now with the throw in, Randy Mendoza did have one of the goals in that 2-2 draw last week against San Diego 1904. Sent up the field looking for Norberto Ochoa. Coloco sends it up the field, and Max Gunderson gained the start at right back. Quickly volleying that one. Got it to Ajekwa. A little bit of traffic already. And Stumptown really feeling the pressure to start this one off. The header getting to Mendoza after that one went off the head of España. Now taken away. It's Milano. Look for Milano at that midfield position. He does win a throw-in for the Force. Gunderson taking it quickly. Was expecting Milano to make a break for that one, but a little bit of miscommunication. A goal kick for Stumptown. We're already seeing a little bit of chippy play between players from both teams.
Yeah, you have to be careful with those plays. The referee wasn't really looking at those hands in there, but if it goes in a very tough situation, it could be a red card for both players.
It's very early. I think the referee does want them to play, but yes, definitely got to keep an eye on that. This referee needs to make sure this game does not get out of control. Now a little bit of trouble establishing control. Here's España. He takes a shot from outside. That one going straight to Magana. No trouble there for the LA Force keeper. Plays it short to the captain, Colwell. Now Milano gets to Matthew Powell. The Force not in a huge hurry to send this one up the field. Like to think we'll probably want to see, I think we'll be expecting to see some more build-up play and a lot more, closer, compact movement with the LA Force midfield. I feel like last week there was times against Detroit City FC where the long ball really was not working.
Yeah, it was very tough for LA Force to find someone up there with those long balls. They weren't really that accurate with it, so they had really trouble up front to find the forwards.
Now a foul free kick for the Force. Gunderson wanted it for a moment, instead leaves it for Colwell. And Colwell playing that one to Cardenas, but was unable to really keep the control that he wanted on that one. Now, for a moment, that was Tate Robertson. And keep an eye on it for him. He was trying to get that through ball to Ryan Peterson, playing up top as the lone striker. And right now, both teams trying to establish that control and dictate the pace of the game. Molano trying to get to Alejandra Garcia, taking away once again Robertson, creating trouble. To keep an eye on the three midfielders that you see right now for Stumptown. And Robertson and Odenbeck, and also Ismael Longo from Venezuela has been capped before for the United States and Venezuela at the youth levels.
Yeah, and we have the referee tonight, Reina Fonseca, the assistant referee number 1, Eduardo Jeff, assistant referee number 2, Melissa Gonzalez, and the fourth official, Brandon Stivis.
Well, the referees will be busy tonight, especially if the physical play picks up in this one, and both teams badly want this victory. I think we can expect a physical one tonight. Now trying to get it going, the far side of the field, on the flanks, does go out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for Stumptown. We are in the 5th minute of play. 0-0 LA Force and Stumptown Athletic. This is NISA Soccer. Ardif Takari along with Gustavo Ortega. We are live on Maicujo via TVE Max. Now the cross, not getting where it wanted to be. LA Force now the other way. Not seeing too much pressing from Stumptown Athletic. We know that could change as this match goes on. Gunderson.
Yeah, Gunderson, who was one of the changes for tonight. Trying to see if they could attack from that side, the right side, using those wings as well.
Now Matthew Powell gets it to Salazar. Now back to the captain, Alex Colwell. Mac Gunderson. Jesus Gonzalez switching the field. Now the ball does find its way to Akofea Jekwa. And he's one of the other dangerous players on the wings for this Force squad, especially with his experience at the USL Championship level with Orange County Blues FC. He did come on as a substitute against Detroit City, but like we were talking about, Detroit City able to establish control in that game, and it was really difficult for LA Force to try to get anything past Detroit City, especially playing the long ball. Ball goes out of bounds, will be a throw-in for LA Force.
Yeah, so far Randy Mendoza, number 3 defender from Stumptown Athletic, very secure on those lines, making sure that there's
ball finds its way back to Bernabe Magana. Now Alex Colwell looking for Alejandro Garcia. He does have him, but does not have a lot of room. But he does get it to Ochoa. Ochoa switching the field. That one headed away, and that would have been a pretty good opportunity for Ajekwa. So that one was headed away by Sergio Campbell. Now Gunderson to Garcia, and we are seeing now the pressure being provided by Stumptown, causing a little bit of trouble for the LA Force. We're in the 8th minute of play, and that clearance going straight to Robertson. Robertson wanting to play to the outside to Ismael Longo. Gunderson gets his foot on that one, goes out of bounds for a throw-in, but now Stumptown Athletic possibly getting themselves in position to give themselves a chance to score. Mendoza to take the throw-in. Telling his players where he wants them to be. Throw-in comes back to Mendoza. After the quick touch from Robertson. Went off the flag and stayed in. Actually,
a goal kick.
Yeah, the referee at the other end did say that one did go out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how Stumptown Athletic now is trying to take advantage of that possession. So far, it's been all LA Force keeping that ball in their feet, trying to get moved around. But so far, the pressure has been up there for Stumptown Athletic.
You can only imagine what's going through the heads of the LA Force bench, of course, including Talis Peterson. This is a game they badly need, and of course, when talking about the schedule, starting the season with 2 home games, you feel like you got to take advantage of those opportunities. Protect your home field, but of course, can't dwell on the first result of the season, because this is the game that really matters the most right now.
Yeah, because next week you're gonna have to play against the same team. Kind of rare to see, but yeah, it's actually gonna happen again. But this time, LA Force is gonna play away.
Sure, LA Force against Stumptown Athletic next week. That's going to be on the 14th of March. So yes, I mean, like you said, it could be a little bit unusual, but with this league, 8 teams in the league, there's bound to be this kind of scheduling is bound to take place. But I think you got to like it, because however this game goes, you know the opponent very well, and you're going to be ready, and you're going to be hungry for another good result, depending how this game goes for either team.
Yeah, you have 8 days to seek revenge in order to see what happens here in this game.
Now Stumptown trying to settle this one down. Ball finds its way to Randy Mendoza. Had trouble controlling that for a moment. Espana had it for a moment as well. Having a little bit of trouble winning that battle against Alejandra Garcia. Now Garcia to Milano. Now to Acofea Jacua. He was trying to get to Ochoa. The ball finds its way going out of bounds. Another throw in for the LA Force. So we can see both teams being aggressive.
Right.
But so far, hasn't really been a clear-cut better team so far.
Yeah, so far, not. Here, leave you to this. Yeah, like you said, not a lot of clear opportunities from any team so far. Interesting to see how both teams are going to break those lines, looking for those through balls, looking for those crosses. But so far, none of that has come down here in this first 10 minutes.
Colwell plays it back to his keeper, Magana. Now Powell. And looking at the personnel of the Force, pretty much looks like we see Jesus Gonzalez and Alexander Milano playing as the defensive midfielders. But at times, one thing about this Force team is they do like to give their opponents different looks and create confusion. So look for that to continue throughout this night. Now Salazar looking for a Jacob, but that one taken away. It's Tate Robertson. He's got plenty of space. Is he going to want to tee off from far out? He does, putting that one a little bit over the bar. But you got to like that attempt from Tate Robertson. Not afraid to tee off from very far out. And when looking at what just took place there, I think the LA Force has got to be careful with how they're positioning themselves in the midfield.
Yeah, Tate Robertson right there, so close with that left foot shot. Goes a little bit over the crossbar. We saw it last weekend where what he could do with that left foot. He scored a golazo from probably 30 yards back. From that free kick he did against 1904 FC. So I think he's going to be very, very careful here, because if not, he could surprise you at any time.
Now Milano trying to get something going. That is a good ball. He sends down the left side. Ball finds its way eventually to Acofea Jaco with a cross, looking for Ochoa. That one cleared out. But definitely some good build-up play from the LA Force. And Alexander Milano is a player who's really going to have to really do the dirty work tonight and make plays as a defensive midfielder, and also help start the attacks and link up with the wingers and, of course, his attacking midfielder as well.
Yeah, like we said, you have to look out for that connection between this midfield. 2 changes in the second match. It tells you that a coach Peterson really talked about. He really worked on this the whole week.
Jesus Gonzalez had it for a moment. Now set up the field. Looking for Garcia. He is able to keep it in. Now it's Salazar. Now Jaco with the cross. Hit it away by Robertson. Now it's Ryan Peterson. Does not have a lot of options, but doing the best he can and did a great job at finding an open player. Now it's Josue Espana. Is he going to want to shoot once again from outside? He does, and that one going just a little bit wide of the near post. And once again, earlier we were talking about LA Force, possibly, wanting to take some long-range shots to test Micah Bledsoe. But so far, we're seeing Stumptown Athletic, making Bernabe Magana work really hard. And I think we're going to see some more of those.
Yeah, it was number 14, Angel Hoque Espana, who came out with that right foot shot, strong down the ground. I think it was very potentially to go in, and one of the returners who comes into this game.
Now back the other way was Enrique Cardenas, who lost that one for a moment. Well, the ball finds its way back to Coloco. Now Sergio Campbell getting it to Odenbeck. Back to Campbell. Now Coloco, one of the center backs who's actually from Cameroon. A good quick touch from Espana, looking for the left back Randy Mendoza, but that one just going a little bit too far, going straight to Alex Colwell. Jesus Gonzalez wanting to settle things down for the Force. We're in the 15th minute of play, 0-0, LA Force and Stumptown Athletic. This is NISA Soccer, coming to you from Cal State LA Stadium in Los Angeles, California. Artis Takar along with Gustavo Ortega. Live on Maicujo via TVE Max. Back the other way now, it's Gunderson trying to get that one to Alejandra Garcia on the overlap. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for LA Force deep in Stumptown territory. What can the Force make of this? The Force was not very strong last week against Detroit, but tonight they really must be strong if they want to come out on top of 3 points. And the flag coming up offside. That'll be a free kick for Stumptown.
Yeah, that was the first offside of the game, and it's against LA Force. But we see the great job that Randy Mendoza has been doing so far in this first 15 minutes of the match. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how they respond in this first half, because you see they're trying to attack towards the right side. So far, nothing on the left side. So we're going to see how Mendoza keeps winning those challenges on this side.
And that free kick from Bledsoe, not much coming of that one at all, going out of bounds. Pretty much just giving it right back to the Force. Matthew Powell getting it to his left back, Gregory Salazar. Back to Powell. Now Colwell. Milano. Ball finds its way back to Powell. Now it's Salazar. Magana. And one thing we could see so far is that the LA Force players definitely being patient and waiting for the opportunity to make that pass, or send that long ball to where they want it. I mean, we know they have a plan. Like we said, they are being patient, and that's definitely something that they got to be. That's definitely something the LA Force fans have got to be happy about.
Yeah, something we didn't really see last week with LA Force trying to be the aggressive side in their home opener. We all saw Detroit City FC coming out very strong, but now LA Force taking into command this game, and I think it's very important to see how they have responded from last game.
Now that ball from Jesus Gonzalez near the left flank. Jaco had it for a moment, plays it back to Matthew Powell. Now Alex Colwell. Colwell not having much of an option, feeling the pressure from Ryan Peterson. Magana sends that one down the field. But if Jaco would have went for that one, the flag would have come up.
Yeah, so far we haven't really seen that impact from Ajekwa up front. You know, he has the speed, the dribbling, but so far he hasn't been able to do much because the balls haven't been the perfect opportunity for him to score.
Now the throw in for Stumptown. Referee saying to take a few steps back. Pretty normal for a lot of soccer players to want to get those few extra steps in on a throw in. Now España down the left side. Definitely did not have the space with Max Gunderson closing down, as well as Gunderson having the support and the help of Alejandra Garcia. But it will be a throw in for Stumptown. Randy Mendoza. And that throw in going towards Robertson. Going off the head of Colwell. Gunderson with the clearance. Off the head of Ochoa. Now to Enrique Cardenas. Cardenas gets it back. After the touch from Jesus Gonzalez. Now Salazar. Back to Cardenas. Can be very dangerous with his speed. Plays it back to Powell. Now Colwell. Looks like the center backs of LA Force pretty busy tonight. Molano. He's feeling the pressure from Josue España. Referee quick to blow the whistle. Free kick for the Force. Garcia getting it back. Now Gunderson with the cross. That was Odenbeck getting his left foot on that one to clear it out, but it goes straight back to Gunderson. Now Milano. Still Milano was holding on to that one a little bit too long. Taken away by España. Ismael Longo had it for a moment. That first glance looked like it was going to be a throw-in for the Force, but actually it is a throw-in for Stumptown.
Yeah, we see how LA Force is trying to break those lines, but hasn't been able to be very, very clear with those long passes. And I think we have yet to see a long shot from outside the 18-yard box. Art, we'll hope to see that soon, to see if you're gonna have Bledsoe be ready for those.
And a little collision. Fortunately, no one got hurt there. Ismael Longo plays it back to Odenbeck. Now España, a quick ball looking for Mendoza. A nice light tackle from Alex Colwell, but it goes out of bounds, and that will be a corner kick for Stumptown.
Yeah, it's going to be the first corner kick of Stumptown Athletic. Great job by the defender, Joshua Colwell, number 23, the captain, making sure he gets the last word right there and sending that ball into a corner kick. But it could be dangerous for the visiting team.
Now here comes a corner kick. What can Stumptown make of this? Headed out by the captain, Alex Colwell. That corner kick was taken by Odenbeck. Ball does find his way back to him. Now Longo. Still Longo. Gets to Odenbeck. Odenbeck did not have the positioning there. Little bit of contact, but definitely no foul. Now Acofoya Jekwa switching the field a bit. Earlier it was mostly on the left side. Finds himself now on the right wing. We'll have to keep an eye on that, whether or not he's going to go back to where he started this game. Jesus Gonzalez to Salazar. Now Matthew Powell to Enrique Cardenas. Did not get that first touch he wanted. And Josue España had it. And the shirt pull, I think we cannot be surprised with the call here. We have our first booking of the night, and that one is a yellow card to Alexander Molano. That one coming in the 22nd minute.
Yeah, it was a much-needed foul right there, Art, because Molano saw that the player from Stumptown Athletic was going to go all by himself, and they could have the advantage on the counter-attack. So smart foul, but it cost them a yellow.
And that's another player to really keep an eye on. Playing in midfield, Josue España. A very talented player. He got the assist on that goal scored by Randy Mendoza last week in the 2-2 tie against San Diego 1904. But like you said, definitely a good foul because that looked like it was going to turn into a scoring opportunity. But now you have to wonder if head coach Talis Peterson might want to make a substitution in the second half, because that's a pretty early yellow card, I must say. Now off the free kick, a shot blocked by Cardenas. Now back the other way. Ochoa had it for a moment. A nice slide tackle by Mendoza.
Mendoza so far all over the place, or in the defensive side, attacking, try to surprise the wall right there, trying to get the cross, but great defensive play by the LA Force.
Now Jesus Gonzalez starting the counterattack. Can Salazar find a way to cross that one into the Stumptown penalty area? Unable to win that battle against Bejarano. Calmly getting it to Odenbeck. Now looking for Ismael Longo. Now this could be another opportunity for Stumptown, with a slight tackle breaking that one up. So we are seeing players definitely sacrificing their bodies and doing everything they can to try and make a big play. Molano was playing with a yellow card. I like to think he's probably thinking that he needs to be a little careful, but the fact is he really obviously wants to help this team, wants to help the Force win tonight. So he can't be really thinking about, his yellow card.
Yeah, we see Gunderson right there, Art trying to get something offensively going, looking for those crosses, but very unfortunately, it got blocked by the defender.
And that was the throw in from Gunderson. Got it to Alejandra Garcia. Does go out of bounds. Will be another throw in for LA Force deep in Stumptown territory. And Gunderson with the throw in, playing it all the way back to Colwell. Colwell with the cross. That one deflected by Odenbeck. Ball finds its way eventually to Jesus Gonzalez. Still Gonzalez trying to get to the outside to Salazar. And the ball does find its way back to Salazar now. Enrique Cardenas. Matthew Powell. Now it's Molano. Not a lot of space in the center of the field. Can't be surprised about that, especially with the goals let in last week by Stumptown. They really do want to secure that play from their back line. Now Salazar trying to whip it in. He does. That one going straight to Bledsoe. So nice to hear Bledsoe's name. Feel like we really have not heard his name very much tonight, but now off that throw, trying to get to España, he actually was taken away by Max Gunderson. Now the foul committed by Josue España. That will be a free kick for LA Force in a very good position.
Yeah, it could be a good opportunity right here for LA Force. Try to take advantage of the set pieces, something they didn't do last week at all. So we'll see how this one turns out.
And the free kick looks like it will be taken by Alexander Molano. Is this going to be a shot on goal, or is he going to maybe hope that one of his players will be able to get their head on it to try and head this one home? Either way, this is an opportunity for the Force. I would not be surprised if Molano takes a shot on Bledsoe, and here it comes. That one actually going off the wall, and it will be a corner kick for the Force.
Yeah, right there you see Molano trying to surprise the goalkeeper, but his shot was kind of a weak curve. He didn't have a lot of potential on that right foot, and he gets another corner kick for LA Force.
Yep, you said it once again. Molano to take the corner kick. And here it comes. A flick header. That could have been trouble. And Alejandro Garcia was in that vicinity, was in that area. Had that gone where he wanted it to go, he could have had a goal for the Force, but now a foul on the far side of the field.
Might be a yellow card. Players are arguing with the linesman.
And the trainer's rushing on the field, so this does not look good right now from where we are.
Yeah, the referee right away saw the play and called the foul. It seemed like she was going to book the player from Stumptown Athletic, but we haven't seen anything so far.
And for now, we're just going to have to wait and see what unfolds here. If it is an injured player for the Force, it would definitely be unfortunate for head coach Tallis Pearson to have to make a change this early in the match. Just a few minutes shy of the half-hour mark.
Yeah.
The 2020 spring NISA soccer season. If you post any pictures or comments from tonight's match, please be sure to
Yeah, it's gonna be another key opportunity right here for LA Force. That one, the corner kick previous to this was a close call because you saw Milano looking for Cowell on the near post. Cowell was looking to flick the ball backwards, but couldn't find anyone there on time. And that was another missed opportunity from the home team.
So it looks like it will be a free kick for the LA Force. For the moment, probably playing, actually, I wouldn't say probably, for the moment playing with 10 men. But doesn't appear as if there's any kind of serious injury, so definitely good news there. And here comes the free kick, the header, and what a save made by Micah Bledsoe to force a corner kick. So close to getting that first goal of the season.
Yeah, that was Joshua Cowell, the captain again. Or we talked about it. Who we knew he was a great header and was able to put that ball in the 6-yard box, but the goalkeeper Bledsoe very attentive on this play.
Now the corner kick from Milano. Here it comes, a header. Does take a deflection. Was not a shot on goal. Back the other way. Can Stumptown get something going on the counterattack? It's Donald Benamna, the speedy winger. And a nice move. Almost got past Gunderson. He still has it, but gets it back now to Josue España. And what a save that was by Micah Bledsoe. So close to being 1-0 for the Force. A really, really clutch save. And clearly head coach Mark Steffens of Stumptown has got to be thrilled with that save he just saw.
Yeah, that could have been the 1-0 for LA Force, the first goal of the season for them. But Micah Bledsoe right there, very attentive, making sure the ball doesn't go into the net, and still 0-0 here near the 30th minute.
Now Odenbeck had it for a moment. Now the next it was Bejarano, but that one given away. Maybe an opportunity for the Force. Gunderson did not really, where the ball was, when the ball was going towards him, it was not in a situation, maybe he overcommitted a little bit. Does go out of bounds for a Stumptown throw-in.
Yeah, he kind of hesitated right there because he saw Randy Mendoza coming in hot. He thought that he was going to get there first, but Mendoza didn't really get to that ball, so he kind of, at that time, hesitated and lost the ball for the LA Force.
And we have played 30 minutes tonight. 0-0 LA Force and Stumptown Athletic. I'm Ardith Takari along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play on Maicujo via TVE Max. This is NISA Soccer at its finest. LA Force and Stumptown Athletic still scoreless, but LA Force knocking on the door. Surely they've got to be feeling confident. They definitely feel it. They know this is going to be their night where they're going to find that first goal of the season, and they'll obviously be hoping to get those valuable 3 points and get their season back on track.
Yeah, and we saw the header for the player from LA Force. I think it was very dangerous. It's probably the dangerous play we've seen in this first 120 minutes from LA Force. Last game they didn't really have that opportunity, and now this time they came so close to opening up the scoreboard.
Now looking for Ochoa. That was Ochoa playing it to the outside to Gunderson. He does win a throw-in for the Force deep in Stumptown territory. The throw-in now to Alejandra Garcia. That ball still in play. And Colwell sends it up the field. Actually, it did go out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for Stumptown.
Yeah, you saw España right there putting up the pressure for the visiting team, trying to make sure Gunderson doesn't get a comfortable shot, and it'll be another throw-in for them.
Now Ryan Peterson switching the field, looking for Donald Benamna, and he does have him. So Benamna, will he be able to win that battle against Salazar? Elects to play it back to Odenbeck. Odenbeck with the cross. That one broken up by Powell. And it was Ajekwa. Ball finds its way back to Akofei Ajekwa. Now Milano. Matthew Powell. Gets that one to Jesus Gonzalez. Alexander Milano. pretty much busy all night. Gregory Salazar always dangerous at that left back position, especially when he has the space and is able to send a left foot across into the penalty area. He's not really had too many opportunities tonight. But if he gets that space, if he gets that opportunity, he definitely will take advantage of it. Sent down the field looking for Ochoa. Sergio Campbell breaking that one up. And Sergio Campbell's one of those players, one of those changes for the starting lineup tonight. And of course can't be surprised, especially that he's been capped 2 times for the national team of Jamaica, also known as the Reggae Boys. Jesus Gonzalez to Powell. Now Colwell. And that one headed out by Bejarano, and it will be a corner kick for the LA Force. So it seems like we are at times seeing some shaky play from the back line of Stumptown Athletic. Now here comes a corner kick for the LA Force. Now this one going high into the air, going a little too far. And that was Enrique Cardenas, who had it for a moment but did slip, lost his footing, and goes out of bounds for a Stumptown throw-in. Hope everyone's enjoying tonight's broadcast. Of course, I'd like to give a quick shout out to the Stumptown Athletic fans, who of course those who are staying up late into the night. Of course the diehard fans can't be surprised if they're staying up to watch this one.
Yeah, what is it over there? What, 11 o'clock Eastern time?
Absolutely. 3-hour difference.
Real fans right there.
Of course. No doubt. You know, forget about the time zone or what time the game starts or anything like that. You know, when your team's playing, you know, you got a job to do. Now Campbell swings it around to Coloco. And Coloco from Cameroon previously played for the Charlotte Eagles and played his college soccer at Gardner-Webb University. Micah Bledsoe previously played for South Georgia Tormenta FC of USL League One. So definitely a lot of experienced players at different levels of the soccer pyramid in the United States on this Stumptown Athletic squad. Now that pass from Bledsoe getting to Campbell for a moment looked like it might have been a little dangerous, especially it looked as if maybe Ochoa could have taken that one away, and what a situation that would have been had he been able to steal possession deep in Stumptown territory.
Yeah, it seems like Stumptown Athletic is trying to get the ball back, but so far, LA Force has maintained the possession of this ball in this first half. Something they really lacked last game, but so far done a great job. So in this first 35 minutes.
Akofeya Jekwa taking that pass from Max Gunderson. And with time winding down, we're actually in the last 10 minutes of the first half. Seems like both teams playing it safe a little. But in the past, but for the majority of this last part of the first half, it has been the LA Force creating more chances. Now that cross for a moment looked like it was trouble for Stumptown. And like we talked about earlier, before this game started, Stumptown scoring 7 goals in the 2019 Fall NISA Showcase, but also conceding 7 goals. So clearly, adjustments need to be made at times on defense. And look for the LA Force to try and exploit some of those mistakes made by Stumptown Athletic. Now Magana sending this one down the field. The flick header. It was Alejandra Garcia. Now Ochoa getting it to Ajekwa. Will he be able to get a shot off? He does. And that one blocked by Coloco. Tate Robertson had it for a moment. Played it towards Longo. The Stumptown players felt that there should have been a foul called. Referee said play on.
You talked about the goal differential from Stumptown Athletic, or But LA Force did the similar. I'll let you have this.
Now the cross sent in, going a little high in the air, going straight to Bledsoe. For a moment, it looked like it could have been trouble, but that header, not much on it.
As I was saying, Art, 8 goals in favor, 7 goals against last season in 6 games played. You know, LA Force who finished atop of the Fall Western Conference with 11 points and reached the final against Cal United. So very both similar teams here in this matchup today.
Absolutely, and like we said earlier, both teams coming off of disappointing results to start this spring 2020 NISA season. But clearly, both these teams will definitely not be in the mood to help out one another, that's for sure. Now Longo avoiding that slide tackle. The referee was wanting to blow the whistle, but elects to play advantage. Randy Mendoza had it for a moment. Put that one a little bit too far ahead of him, but now Josue España, is he able to get it to Mendoza? But that one just going a little bit too far, and it will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
Yeah, you see Stumptown Athletic trying to get those through balls behind the back line from LA Force, but so far LA Force, the home team, very secure as compared to last game. Very attentive, very careful to see where their players are, and great leadership right there by the captain, Colwell. And I think he has done a great job cutting down those shots and as well as making sure nothing gets through.
And Alex Colwell did have one goal during the 2019 Fall NISA Showcase. So aside from being a leader and anchor of that back line, he definitely knows how to get himself in the right place at the right time as well, especially on set pieces. Max Gunderson to Alejandra Garcia. And Randy Mendoza, that's a player we keep mentioning a lot tonight. You really got to like the play from him. Just when you want to go, if you want to describe him, it's very easy. He's a gritty left back, definitely a leader on this Stumptown team. Milano to Ajakwa. Now Max Gunderson. Gunderson really not having much space down that right side of the field. And it does go out of bounds, and it will be a corner kick.
Another big opportunity right here for LA Force. Art, we saw that earlier on those set pieces. They came really close to opening up the scoreboard, and it could be another one for the home team.
And Alexander Milano once again to take the corner kick. He's waiting. Sends out the signal. Here comes the corner. That one headed out, not really out to safety. Now there's a rebound. The shot from Akofeya Ajakwa. Looks like he kind of sliced it more than getting a clean shot on it. And goes out of bounds for a Stumptown goal kick.
Yeah, Ajakwa right there couldn't get a good shot out of that ball. The volley couldn't get it on time. But good pressure by Stumptown Athletic, who closed down the angle on him in order for him to get a bad shot and make it a goal kick for the visiting team.
We have played 41 minutes. Still scoreless between LA Force and Stumptown Athletic. Will we see one of these teams find a goal in the final minutes of this first half? And, of course, expect both teams to really clamp down in these final minutes. I think it's safe to say that both teams, you don't want to say that they'll be thrilled going into the half scoreless, but they obviously cannot be disappointed with the score being 0-0 at the half, assuming that's what the score will be in a few minutes. And Odenbeck trying to take that one away for a moment, was unable to. Now Milano looking for Ochoa. And just not a lot of space for the midfielders of the LA Force. Now sent back the other way. Can this be an opportunity for Ryan Peterson? It will be a throw-in for Stumptown deep in LA Force territory. That one sent out of bounds by Alex Colwell. Peterson taking the throw, looking for Mendoza, but taken away by Gunderson. That ball going off the knee of Mendoza will be a throw-in for Gunderson deep in LA Force territory. course, from the standpoint of the Force, this could be viewed as well as a frustrating night. It's still 0-0, but now Robertson maybe with a chance from the outside. Benamna had it for a moment, cleared to safety. But was just in the middle of saying that this could be also looked at as a frustrating night for the LA Force as well. I mean, especially starting the season with a 2-0 loss to Detroit City FC 1 week ago at this exact venue. And if you go into the half 0-0, you know, you might start getting those feelings of, you know, what does it take for us to get on the board?
Yeah, it's been a tough night for the LA Force.
And now, back the other way, España with the cross. He was looking for Benamna, but that one corralled out of the air by Magana. And Josue España, very dangerous down that left wing. Really knows how to cause trouble for the Force. He's actually whistled for the foul on Akofea Jekwa. Easy call for the official. Definitely did not have the positioning at all.
Yeah, that was España right there who brought down Ajekwa. He wasn't happy with that call, but the referee said it was a foul and his ball for LA Force.
Now the free kick ball found its way back to Gunderson after getting the pass from Enrique Cardenas. Now Matthew Powell plays it to Alex Colwell, the captain. To Milano, back to Colwell. Now Gonzalez. It's Matthew Powell once again. Jesus Gonzalez swings it around to Colwell. Now Colwell trying to play it towards Ochoa. That one headed away momentarily by Colwell. Now Colwell whistle for the foul. Easy call for the official as he was grabbing the shirt momentarily of España. And we are getting closer to stoppage time. Have to assume there'll probably be about a minute. Probably a minute of stoppage time. Sergio Campbell gets to his right back. Giovanni Bejarano sends that one towards Benamna. For a moment, it looked like Magana hesitated a bit on whether he should have got that one or not. That could have been a little scary.
Yeah, because this right there, Benamna, who was able to get to that ball, it could have been there easily, but Magana kind of, like you said, hesitated, but sprinted right away and got the ball.
And there will be 1 minute of stoppage time added to the remainder of the first half. Still 0-0 LA Force and Stumptown Athletic. And I just really feel that the way this game has been going these last few minutes, it really does seem like both teams are content with this score being scoreless at the half.
But I think it's still bittersweet for LA Force because, you know, as we mentioned, they're at home. They lost last game. They need the 3 points. And they had the most clear opportunity of the half, and they weren't able to finish it. Hard clash right there.
And there was a collision. It's hard to say if there will be a foul called, a free kick in favor of LA Force, but actually will be. It's a throw-in for Stumptown. Like we said, only 1 minute of stoppage time. This first half should be ending soon. But now Odenbeck getting it to Tate Robertson. Seems like Robertson's been a little bit more quiet during the latter part of this first half. Trying to play it deep towards winger Donald Benamna. And Matthew Powell doing a good job shielding the ball. Going out of bounds for a goal kick. And that is the whistle to signal the end of the first half. LA Force and Stumptown Athletic still scoreless. We are at Cal State LA Stadium in beautiful Los Angeles, California. So Gustavo, it's scoreless. What can you say so far about both teams?
Well, both teams really had a tough time in the first 15 minutes, but LA Force came out with a lot of the possession in this half. That really looked for those set pieces. They almost scored up a free kick on that header from the captain Colwell, but Bledsoe came out very outstanding and making that save to keep it at 1-0 game here in this first half.
Score at the half, 0-0. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second half. I'm Ardif Zakari along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play live on MyCujo via TVE Max. We'll see you back soon for the second half from Cal State LA Stadium. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cal State LA Stadium. We are ready for the start of the second half. Art Iftikhari, along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play on Mike Cujo via TV Max. This is NISA Soccer. Los Angeles Force against Stumptown Athletic. We are still scoreless, just about ready to get the second half started. And Gustavo, let's say pretend, to be a fly on the wall of the locker room of the LA Force. What do you think was said from head coach Talas Peterson to his men?
No, to pretty much keep the same intensity, like they did in the first half. They were the team who was closest to scoring the first goal of the match. I'm sure he liked what he saw, the quick reaction, those crosses, those set pieces. So we're going to see a very offensive team here in the second half for LA Force.
And we are underway in the first minute of the second half. That clearance from Salazar, sent up the field. Across in front, a chance sent just wide by Alejandra Garcia. So close to making it 1-0 for the Los Angeles Force right from the get-go.
Yeah, you see that cross. Very potential scoring opportunity. Alejandro Garcia with his left foot gets it on the bounce. Body goes wide left. Just close to the far post of the goalkeeper. Bledsoe, who wasn't going to be able to do anything on it, but it's still 0-0 here in this first minute of the second half.
So let's keep an eye on what the LA Force can do, showing them that they really, obviously, need this victory so badly. And right now you could say they definitely are playing like the team that wants it more. Now maybe another opportunity, but that one taking a deflection, goes out of bounds, will be a corner kick for the LA Force.
Yeah, that was a great play by LA Force, putting pressure, and another corner kick in their favor. That was a quick play, but first corner kick of the second half for LA Force.
Substitution was made at the half by your LA Force, entering the match and already making an impact. Number 15.
And one of those substitutes who just was brought on for the LA Force, already creating an impact, and that's Moja Halle. Now off the corner kick, that one not cleared out just yet. Goes to Ajekwa. He does get the cross off. A flick header from Cardenas. Not cleared out just yet. Gregory Salazar did receive a pass, but it was not really the pass that he actually wanted. And Jimmy Villalobos has also been brought on for the LA Force. So a couple of changes. Talas Peterson not wasting any time. Obviously saw something he didn't, maybe saw something in the first half where he wanted to make a change, and he has not wasted his time. He's already made a couple of substitutions, bringing on Jimmy Villalobos and Moja Halle. So no changes to the back line of the LA Force. Still Gunderson, Colwell, Powell, and Salazar. Now back the other way, here comes Stumptown. And a whistle blown, will be a free kick in a pretty decent position for Stumptown Athletic.
Yeah, we see right here Stumptown Athletic trying to get out of their field on their half, trying to get more aggressive on that side, get the foul in their favor. Could be a very dangerous play for the visiting team. We saw last week how LA Force struggled on that set piece when Detroit CDFC scored on the first goal, so they have to be very careful on this one.
And here comes the free kick. Let's see what Stumptown can do with this opportunity. Here it comes. It does take a bounce, and that one looking very dangerous. But can't be surprised that Bernabe Magana knew where the ball was going. Obviously a very experienced keeper who's played before with Pumas in Mexico, making 9 caps, 9 appearances in the Copa MX back in 2017-2018 season.
Yeah, Robertson right there with a dangerous cross, looking for someone near that 6-yard box, but couldn't get there on anyone on time. I think it was very close call right there as he goes right near the right post. It could have been another dangerous play for the visiting team.
Here comes the goal kick. Akofeya Jekwa trying to win that 50-50 ball. Now it's Villalobos switching the field, looking for Max Gunderson. And Gunderson does have it, but he had to, backtrack a good amount of space to try and get that pass from Villalobos. But now a foul committed will be a free kick for the LA Force. And that one played deep. Maybe an opportunity is some contact. And I think you even have the LA Force players and the LA Force bench really asking for a foul, which could have led to a penalty kick. So you want to call that a close call, that's for sure. But with that, I like this when looking at that again, I feel like it was the right call for a penalty not to be called. But this is a situation where the referee needs to be consistent, and there cannot be a questionable foul in the LA Force penalty area, and then all of a sudden a penalty is awarded to Stumptown. That's where you can start really creating problems.
Yeah, it was a very dangerous play right there, because it was the player who just came into this game, Moja Hale, who was very dangerous approaching the 18-yard box, and there was a lot of movement with those hands, but the referee didn't call anything.
And now Benamna receiving the long ball, lays that one off for Bejarano, now taking a deflection and a shot and a goal, and Stumptown Athletic takes a 1-0 lead in the 52nd minute. And Stumptown Athletic taking a 1-0 lead. Just when you were talking about LA Force providing the pressure.
I believe
it's Josue España pouncing on that loose ball in the penalty area, making it 1-0 for Stumptown in the 52nd minute. And like we were saying, we just finished talking about LA Force providing the pressure, knocking on the door, creating opportunities, but now it's Stumptown Athletic finding themselves up 1-0, and LA Force with a lot of work to do, but fortunately plenty of time left in this second half to find a way to get back into this one. I mean, they're only down by a goal, so plenty of time left. But now you just have to assume that there's going to be more of this sense of urgency. But of course, we all know with so much time left, this is not a situation where LA Force needs to really change up their game plan.
Yeah, Angel Joque España, who opened up the scoreboard with the right foot shot into the net, gives the 1-0 lead to the visiting team. Stumptown Athletic, just like in the first game of their season, they go up early, and we're going to see if the home team, LA4, bounces back, and this could be a great opportunity for LA.
Now here comes a free kick for the Force. Now this one sent in, headed out by Odenbeck. Ball finds its way to Moja Hale. He takes a shot, and that one deflected. Now finds its way to Colwell, and he sends that one back into the penalty area. Bledsoe misjudging that one, but now sent out of bounds. Will be a corner kick for the LA Force.
Yeah, you have that opportunity for LA Force. Couldn't take advantage of it. Another quick set piece coming into this corner kick. And you see Bledsoe kind of mistiming that ball. It could have been easily of his, but wasn't able to get there on time and gives away a corner kick for the visiting team.
And here comes a corner kick, the left-footed one going high and parried out of bounds by Bledsoe. It will be a corner kick now on the other side of the field, and LA Force really knocking on the door, really providing the pressure. I mean, you can't be surprised they're down 1-0, but they're hungry, and they are really determined to find this equalizer.
Yeah, you're down 1-0 again at home. It's going to be very tough for LA Force to come back.
Now here comes the corner. A header, a little bit of traffic, but looks like it did go out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for Stumptown. That corner kick coming from Alejandra Garcia.
Yeah, looking for the far post near the 6-yard box. One of the players down from Stumptown. But yeah, very dangerous play. Couldn't get there on time. Very sloppy play on the back line. But it'll be still not a threat for LA Force.
And let's look back at the substitutions that we saw to start the second half. Jimmy Villalobos came on to replace Alexander Milano for the LA Force. And the other substitution for the Force, Moja Hale, replacing Norberto Ochoa. So Talis Peterson not wasting any time, making changes to start the second half. But unfortunately, from the standpoint of the LA Force, they find themselves down 1-0. But with the way the game has been going, this is not something where they need to be discouraged or really bothered about. They just got to keep playing their game and find a way to score that first goal of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how LA Force now reacts to this cold water that they just threw into their faces. Stumptown Athletic, coming in as a visiting team again, getting ahead of the home team. Not what the crowd wants to see, but there's still a lot of time left, and we'll see how LA Force comes back. If they'll get the tying goal and the leading goal. I did predict it a 2-1 win, so we'll see if LA Force can come up with 2 goals.
And as for my prediction, I'm definitely off on that one. But either way, I'd like to see the LA Force get back into this one. I think we're really in for a very entertaining second half, and we've already played 10 minutes in this second half. Like we said, Stumptown Athletic with a 1-0 lead on the goal coming in the 52nd minute from Josue España. And he has experience playing with Cedar Stars Rush at the USL League 2 level. He's also played before with Ventura County Fusion in USL League 2 and also was brought up with the LA Galaxy Academy. And he's one of the local boys from Glendale, not very far from where we are. So a good night so far for Josue España, giving Stumptown Athletic a 1-0 lead in the 52nd minute. Ball going out of bounds will be a throw-in for Stumptown. Now want to clear down the field. Straight to Magana. Matthew Powell. Playing it to Jimmy Villalobos. Villalobos did start 1 week ago against Detroit City FC, and we are seeing him play at the defensive midfield position.
Yeah, that was one of the substitutions the coach from LA Force did, bringing in Molano instead of Villalobos, but it seems like it didn't work out for him and decided to make that switch again here in the second half.
Ball headed up into the air. Seems like neither team really able to bring that one down and establish control. Referee blows the whistle for the foul committed by Ismael Longo, and Enrique Cardenas taken down in a really physical play, and the referee quick to show the yellow card to Tate Robertson in the 58th minute. So a free kick for the LA Force. And Enrique Cardenas, a very dangerous player on this LA Force team. He's just waiting for that moment where he finds that space and creates a run, finds someone open. Now Villalobos. Still Villalobos shooting from outside. That one blocked by Coloco. But now gets to the outside to Gunderson. Gunderson trying to get across, but not having much luck with 2 white shirts closing down the space and taking away that cross. Throw in for the Force. Alejandra Garcia quickly gets it to Akofei Ajekwa. Still Ajekwa. Back to Garcia. Now Gunderson. Gunderson with the cross. That one headed away by Sergio Campbell. But it goes straight to Jesus Gonzalez. Now to the outside to Gunderson. To Ajekwa. Now Colwell. Colwell feeling the pressure from Tate Robertson. But Colwell feeling very confident of winning those one-on-one battles. Alejandro Garcia. Will he be able to take a shot? He does get it back after deflection. Sent into the penalty area. Now taking a bounce near the top of the 18-yard box. It's Villalobos. Playing it to the outside. Now this one sent back in. Looking for Cardenas. Headed up into the air. Ajekwa. Trying to create something out of that. Ball finds its way to the captain, Alex Colwell. Now he sends that one into the penalty area, but going straight to Micah Bledsoe. And Bledsoe catching that one, falling to the ground. Obviously not in the hurry to send this one out. Wants to give everyone a rest. Can't be surprised especially with Stumptown Athletic playing with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, right there, the long cross looking for Maja Hale on the near the 6-yard box, but too long, very secure. Bledsoe keeps the ball in his hands.
Now maybe an opportunity now for Stumptown. That's Longo. The flag did come up for offside. Now with the way this game is going, I mean, what do you think is going on that sideline with Stumptown? I mean, they're playing with a 1-0 lead. They have not made any substitutions. I mean, from the standpoint of head coach Mark Steffens, do you feel like he has the force right where he wants them?
Yes, absolutely. You're winning on the road 1-0. You scored right away as you begin the second half, right after the LA Force had made 2 substitutions, and now you change the game plan for them, for the home team. So we'll see how Stumptown Athletic comes now into attacking. You know, you have the lead, you have no pressure, you're playing away, and I think they're going to keep playing with the ball on their feet and trying to keep the ball away from LA Force.
And one thing, though, in the situation like this is that you don't want to see, from the standpoint of Stumptown, I don't think you want to see a situation where they start parking the bus and just hoping and, play that game, protect the lead, park the bus and protect the lead. I mean, that creates a lot more suspense and will definitely create more opportunities for the Force if that's what the strategy becomes.
Yeah, well, we see a couple players from Stumptown Athletic warming up already. It's probably going to be in a couple of minutes to see how the coach Steffens plays his substitutions, but we'll see.
Now that one played towards Ryan Peterson. Peterson wanting to switch the fields, trying to get it towards Odenbeck, but instead taken away by Villalobos. Villalobos actually unable to keep possession, went straight to Tate Robertson. Now maybe another opportunity for Stumptown. The cross putting way too much on that one. Goes out of bounds. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
Yeah, couldn't get there on a good cross. Looking for the long ball, but way too high for nobody to get to it. A waste of an opportunity for Stumptown Athletic.
And that was Randy Mendoza. Like we said earlier, the gritty left back. Just a little bit too much on that cross, but gotta like his sense of urgency. Playing with a lead, playing with confidence as well. We're in the 63rd minute of play. Live on Mycujo via TVE Max. This is NISA Soccer, LA Force versus Stumptown Athletic. Artis Takari, along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play. And that ball played back to the center back, Coloco. Not a Mendoza. To Robertson with a quick touch. Looks like that one went off of the goal scorer, España. Goes out of bounds, throw-in for the LA Force. Colwell playing it back to Max Gunderson. Back to Colwell. Now Jesus Gonzalez. Ball found its way to Enrique Cardenas. Now Colwell playing it down the right side to Gunderson. Now looking for Alejandra Garcia. That's exactly who he has. Now Garcia, that ball getting to Salazar. What a nice first touch by Gregory Salazar. Back to Garcia. And he switches the field to Max Gunderson. You can really see this LA Force team being patient. Gunderson still has it, looking for an option. Plays it back to Enrique Cardenas. Cardenas with the turn. Looking for a Jaquia. Now Halle with the shot, the save, the rebound, and a goal! LA Force finding the equalizer in the 64th minute. It is 1-1. And the tying goal scored by second half substitute Jimmy Villalobos.
Jimmy Villalobos open up the scoreboard for LA Force and scores the first goal of this 2020 spring season for the home team. A much needed goal, Art. They were looking for it since the first half, and now they finally get it. Villalobos, who last game I picked to be a key player, now comes in as a substitute and puts the 1-1 in favor of LA Force.
Now, what a game we have in store for the remainder of this match. First, there was that shot. You got to like the save from Bledsoe. but the rebound put in by Jimmy Villalobos. And yes, I right away knew you were going to take some time to, say, hey, this is the guy I talked about last week. But hey, he's obviously a very good player.
Yeah.
And Tallis Peterson, knows what he's doing, making these second half substitutions. And talk about these second half substitutions, really coming and, making some big plays. And now a yellow card actually to Akofeya Jakwa of the LA Force in the 65th minute. But those second half substitutions, Moja Hale taking that shot and the rebound put in by Jimmy Villalobos. Excellent second half substitutions from Tallis Peterson.
Yeah, great decision by the coach Peterson to bring in these two players who absolutely changed the face of this match for LA Force, bringing in the shots that we were looking for all game. Gets one. Bledsoe deflects it, but Villalobos at the right spot inside the 6-yard box puts it away and is 1-1 here in the 65th minute.
And on the sideline, we can see Stumptown Athletic ready to make a substitution. Can't be surprised by it. But now with the way this game is going, clearly the momentum with the LA Force. Now Jaco with the cross for a moment, putting that curve on it. It almost looked like it was going to find that far corner. And what a go-ahead goal that would have been for the LA Force. And looks like we are ready for the substitution.
It seems like Donald Benanma might come out.
So, yeah, Donald Benamna coming off. He'll be replaced by Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown, who scored the second goal last game for Stumptown Athletic.
So the first change of the night for Stumptown. So Donald Benamna's night comes to an end. And Jalen Brown, a player who played with New York Cosmos B in 2018, also played with the Rochester Rhiners in 2017. Let's see what this second half substitution does for Stumptown, see how this might shake things up a bit. But here we are, we are in the 67th minute, 1-1 LA Force and Stumptown Athletic. But now maybe an opportunity for Stumptown to retake the lead. The cross into the penalty area. It's like that one deflected momentarily by Matthew Powell, going straight to Bernabe Magana. And definitely, you could really feel a lot more energy in this game now, ever since that game-tying goal by Jimmy Villalobos. And what a relief that was for the LA Force to finally get that first goal of the season. And they mean business. They know they have an opportunity to find that victory tonight.
Yeah, it was a much needed goal that they need, because they were looking to score so bad in this game. They had a couple opportunities, and finally they opened it up, making that first goal of the season for LA Force. And it's gonna give them a lot of confidence coming into this rest of the game.
That pass by Salazar going straight to Bejarano. Not really what he'd be looking for there in terms of confidence. Now maybe an opportunity, and that one sent out of bounds. It looks like it will be a corner kick for Stumptown, but looks like we will also be seeing another substitution, this time for the LA Force.
Yeah, number 22 will come in for LA Force.
And that's going to be Jacques Francois
coming out for number 7.
Coming on for Alejandra Garcia. And Jacques Francois from Haiti, previously played for Orlando City at the U23 level, has also played before for San Antonio FC and Atlantic City FC of the National Premier Soccer League. And now the corner kick for Stumptown Athletic. They're knocking on the door. Here comes from Odenbeck. That one headed out. Will be a throw-in for Stumptown. Odenbeck looking for an option. Gets that one towards Ismael Longo. Now trying to get the cross off. And did save that ball, did avoid that ball going out of bounds for
hard tackle
a corner kick. But yes, and now after the throw-in, a hard tackle. Looks like we will see
another yellow card.
Yes, we will see a yellow card for Stumptown.
I believe it's number 7. No, 8.
And that yellow card given to Ismael Longo. We're in the 70th minute of the match. It's 1-1, LA Force and Stumptown Athletic.
Yeah, second player booked for the visiting team, Ismael Longo. He has another yellow card. The other player with a yellow card is the captain, Tate Robertson, with number 7.
And now another substitution for Stumptown Athletic, and it's Nazim Bartman coming on for España in the 70th minute.
Interesting change, bringing out the player who scored the opening goal of the night, giving him some fresh air as number 19 from Stumptown comes in.
And that's Nazim Bartman, who's recently just signed by Stumptown, comes from Cape Town, South Africa, previously played for Atlanta Soccer Club. Also played his college soccer at University of South Florida. So another one of these secret weapons off the bench for Stumptown Athletic. Now the flag comes up offside. That will be a free kick for Stumptown.
Yeah, 30 minutes left. If we're going to see how the rest of the game plays out, because, you know, it's a 1-1 game, very close. Both teams really looking for those 3 points. Although LA Force is the more pressured team because they're at home. They're in front of their home crowd, and they really need those 3 points if they want to keep fighting for the playoff push.
And that ball going out of bounds after the free kick will be a throw-in for the LA Force. We got about 19 minutes remaining. The score is 1-1. It's definitely been a pretty exciting second half in comparison to the first half. Now that long ball could be trouble, but a good defensive play, but not cleared out just yet. A shot. What a save made by Magana to force a corner kick. And it was Ryan Peterson coming so close to putting Stumptown back in front.
Yeah, beautiful through ball. Looking for Peterson right there. Gets the shot, but great close-up from Magana to deny him the second goal of the game for Stumptown Athletic.
Now the corner kick for Stumptown. And Magana with a great play to keep this game tied up at 1. And here comes the corner. This one could be trouble. Headed over the net. So close to being 2-1. And Magana missed that one.
Yeah, it was Sergio Campbell who came out very strong on that corner kick. Magana doesn't time the ball correctly, but good thing for him. Campbell wasn't able to get a good touch on that ball, and still 1-1 here in this 72nd minute.
And talk about an excellent goal-scoring opportunity. When it comes to a corner kick and a header opportunity, I mean, not a surprise that Sergio Campbell, you know, the tall center back being able to get his head on that ball, but, you know, missing an open net, I mean, that's something, that's definitely an opportunity he would love to have back, but still plenty of time left in this game. He obviously does not have this should not have this opportunity to dwell on that missed goal scoring chance. Off the throw in, Jaco had it for a moment. Longo to Odenbeck. Now looking for Longo again. A good touch from Bartman, who just came on. Now Longo was trying to get that one sent up the field to Brown. Now almost taken away by Cardenas. And for a moment it looked like it was going to be a counterattack for the Force, but the referee blowing the whistle for the foul. And Jaco not happy with that whistle, but he also at the same time cannot be surprised about the whistle that was blown for the physical play. And for the most part, I like to say that the officiating crew has been very consistent tonight.
Yeah, so far calling the fouls that have to be given. That was on Coloco, who was brought down by the LA Force player. And I'm surprised he didn't book them on this one.
Yeah, brought down by Enrique Cardenas.
Yeah, Cardenas, who still only 2 yellows for LA Force as well.
Both teams, of course, picking up the intensity. The question now is, will one of these teams find the winning goal? Now with the long free kick, Salazar able to keep that one in, looking for Jaco. He did have it for a moment, lost his footing. Now it's Odenbeck playing it to the outside to Ryan Peterson. Peterson with the cross. Parried away by Magana. Now back the other way. Come the force off the head of Jimmy Villalobos. Now headed away by Coloco. Now Randy Mendoza. Back the other way comes Stumptown. Now this long ball to Bartman all alone with a chance. Magana coming out to make a huge stop. Getting himself the right place at the right time. Another great play from the LA Force keeper. As he is basically showing that he refuses to see his team lose tonight. Now Ryan Peterson once again. Now Jared Odenbeck. Bartman had it for a moment, trying to get it towards Longo. Cleared away. Jimmy Villalobos unable to really get the control that he wanted on that. Ryan Peterson once again. Jared Odenbeck. Plays this one to Sergio Campbell. Now to Coloco. Back to Campbell. Campbell not wanting to take any chances. Sends that one high into the air. And Alex Colwell trying to get his head on that one. But looks like this one of the substitutes, Bartman, whistle for the foul. Easy call for the official. Free kick for the Force. So
yeah, that was a very dangerous play, man. It could have been the 2-1, but Magana coming out very strong. You see right there the 1v1. Incredible playing defense by the goalkeeper. Denies the forward from Uptown Athletic. And it's still 1-1 here with almost 15 minutes left in this game.
Now what can the Force do? With time winding down, there's still plenty of time left. Now Ajekwa, can he find that space? Definitely one of the dangerous players on the field for the LA Force. Ball finds its way back to Jesus Gonzalez. Now Matthew Powell back to Akwafe Ajekwa. But now actually once again having trouble with his footing. And the foul committed. Ajekwa whistle for that foul for the slide tackle on Ismael Longo.
Ajekwa right there has to be careful, Art, because he already has a yellow card. That could have been his second and could have been sent off. That was actually, I would say, a yellow card. Second double yellow card would have sent him to the showers right now for LA Force. He got lucky on that one.
He definitely did, and he's really got to be careful. And now that pass from Enrique Cardenas. Now across. That one sent out of bounds by Coloco. Will be a corner kick for the LA Force, and we will see another substitution. It looks like James Allewine will be coming on to replace Akwafe Ajekwa, and can't be surprised, especially when you just mentioned that he was so close to possibly getting his second yellow card.
Yeah.
Talis Peterson obviously taking note of that very, very quickly, and that's why he's bringing on James Allewine.
Yeah, that was the right time to take him out, because another yellow, and he leaves LA Force with 10 men on the field, and it could cost them later in the game.
And like you said, Akwafe Ajekwa should be fortunate that he was not given that second yellow card. But now with the corner kick, can the LA Force find a way to take the lead? And here it comes, high into the air off the left foot. And looks like it will be another corner kick now on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, it was of number 13, Giovanni Mejorano, who got the header out, pushing it towards the end of the line, and it'll be another corner kick for LA Force.
In the 79th minute of play, looks like it's going to be Enrique Cardenas to take this corner. And that one looks like it could have been trouble for a moment. It was headed over the bar, though. And a pretty good opportunity for the LA Force. And that time it was the captain, Colwell. Little upset with himself afterwards.
Yeah, that was trouble, because again, looking for Colwell, we did see that same play in the first half, looking for the header towards the goalkeeper. But on that occasion, Bledsoe was very attentive and knocked it out of the pitch. But on this time, Colwell couldn't really do much on that opportunity, and it went too high for the goalkeeper to even worry about it.
Now the throw in for Max Gunderson. Headed away. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw in this time for Stumptown, the far end of the field. And definitely some shirt pulling going on. Referee did not blow the whistle there. Both teams having trouble bringing this one down to the ground. Now Odenbeck looking for Bartman. And that one broken up. Now can the LA Force get this counterattack going? It's Villalobos, the man who tied up the game earlier. And a good ball near the top of the penalty area. Now across, that one going really high over the bar. But the LA Force obviously doing what they can, playing with that heightened sense of urgency. But that cross just going a little too high from James Allewine.
Yeah, Allewine, who is a player who just came into this game trying to get the cross, or I don't know if it was more of a shot, but a very powerful right there. Gets under the ball, and it goes way too high. Couldn't really get a lot of danger out of that one.
Now Mendoza. And some space, and maybe an opportunity. Plenty of space once again, a shot, and that one blocked by Salazar. And that was Jalen Brown creating the space with his speed. Had he been able to get that one on goal, you have to wonder, would that have been the go-ahead or possibly even the winning goal for Stumptown? And one thing's for sure, is Stumptown Athletic very well aware of situations of goals being allowed late in the game, especially having a 2-1 lead last week against San Diego 1904, conceding the game-tying goal in the 82nd minute. So they're capable of finding those late winners, but they're also vulnerable as well, especially on the counterattack, with the way, especially with that last build-up we saw from the LA Force. Now the throw-in for Gregory Salazar. We're in the 82nd minute of play. Looking for Jacques Francois, and that's who he has. But Francois, basically surrounded by Odenbeck and Bejarano, gets it out to Villalobos. Now to Gunderson. Now Gunderson losing that one to Brown. Plays it into the inside to Robertson. Trying to get it back to Brown, but Gunderson plays it back to Magana. Sent down the field. Easy for Coloco to win that battle against Cardenas. Now Jesus Gonzalez drawing the foul, getting the free kick for the LA Force. Plays it to Salazar. That is Jacques Francois. Still Francois able to get that one through the legs of Giovanni Bejarano, and because of the obstruction, now a free kick for the LA Force in a very dangerous position.
And what a time. I think it's very critical for LA Force to finish this one off. Great play right there by Francois, number 22, trying to take the 1v1 through the legs, but foul that it had to be committed, or else it would have been a more dangerous play right there for LA Force. But it's right near the 18-yard box. We'll see how LA Force does on this play.
And Giovanni Bejarano definitely was not happy with that call. But either way, that's what the call was. Here comes the free kick from Enrique Cardenas. And here it comes. That one could be trouble, but that one going straight to Micah Bledsoe. At first you were thinking that was going to go to the far top corner. But Bledsoe trying to clear this, slices that one. And wow. And even one of the center backs unable to really clear it as well. Some shaky, some scary play right there. And Jimmy Villalobos trying to get to James Allewine. Right now, Stumptown has got to be very fortunate that nothing terrible came about from what just took place.
Yeah, Bledsoe almost gave the ball away to LA Force near the half moon. And I think that would have been interesting because luckily for him, one of his players was able to actually get a good touch on it and clear it out, or else that could have been the 2-1 for LA Force.
And of course we know from the game last week that finished 2-2 between Stumptown and San Diego 1904, we remember, of course, that the goal led in by Stumptown, that free kick from Ozzy Ramos, and Vinny Tasca, who started in goal last week, made a bad judgment on that one. Now you have to wonder, had there been another crucial mistake there that led to a goal, I mean, what would be the next solution for Stumptown Athletic? And here comes the free kick. This one looks like it should go straight to Bledsoe, and he punches it out. Goes to Gunderson. Gunderson, of course, making sure he did not overcommit, did not want to give that one away. Now a foul committed by Bartman, and he gets himself in the book for the foul committed against Salazar. So Nazim Bartman, one of the newest signings of Stumptown Athletic, one of the second half substitutes, gets himself in the book. Now the free kick. We're seeing some opportunities from LA Force, but some of these long balls have gone straight to Micah Bledsoe, and sometimes you get the feeling maybe some players on the Force, maybe, I don't want to say afraid, but they definitely do not want to overcommit. They do not want to be burned on the counterattack.
Yeah, that's how they conceded pretty much the second goal against Detroit CDFC on the counterattack.
Now Jalen Brown, who's definitely created trouble so far since he has come on for Stumptown, just had it for a moment. Odenbeck now gets it to Mendoza. That one broken up. Well, off the clearance going straight to Campbell. Now ball finds its way to Bejarano. Now back to Bledsoe. And Jacques Francois providing plenty of pressure, knowing about Bledsoe maybe a little shaken up about that earlier attempt where he was trying to clear it, had some trouble with it. So Francois not going to waste any time. He's definitely going to press the keeper as well. Now Jimmy Villalobos taking the pass from Enrique Cardenas. Villalobos trying to get it back towards Cardenas. That one broken up. Now Ryan Peterson with the one-touch pass finds its way to Tate Robertson.
Looks like Francois might have pulled something on his left leg.
He does seem to be reaching towards the back of his thigh. That obviously is not good news for the LA Force. Now Magana looking for Alawine. Able to get his head on that one, but goes straight to Coloco. Now Tate Robertson to the left back. Randy Mendoza to Jalen Brown, trying to get it back to Mendoza. The whistle's blown for a foul and a free kick for Stumptown. We are in the 88th minute of the match. It is 1-1 between LA Force and Stumptown Athletic. I'm Art of Takari along with Gustavo Ortega, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play on My Cujo via TVE Max. Time is winding down in this one. Will one of these teams be able to find a late winner? Or will both teams be content with a hard-fought draw? Now the whistle blown. Not really sure what's going on right here.
Has to do with the wall.
Definitely would not be expecting that there would be some kind of time wasting going on, because both teams definitely want this victory. Now for the free kick. Now this one sent into the penalty area. Headed out by Powell. Now Ismael Longo had it for a moment. Can James Alawine start a counterattack for the Force? Trying to keep it in. Does take a deflection. Goes out of bounds. Throw in for the home side. Now in the 89th minute, you have to assume that there will probably be about 3 minutes of stoppage time. Ball goes out of bounds once again. Gunderson with a throw-in. Alawine getting the last touch on that one. Goes out of bounds. Goal kick for Stumptown Athletic.
Yeah, if you see this result, it's a great point for Stumptown Athletic, who comes into this game as a visitor. A long flight, a long trip, and to come up with a 1 point out of this stadium, for me, it's a win for them. But for LA Force, it will feel like another loss here at home. You know, trying to get the best result, the positive result, but so far it's not looking like it's gonna happen.
And now a substitution just made for the LA Force. Uros Illich coming on for Enrique Cardenas. Maybe one last substitution, probably for Talis Peterson. Let's see what can the Force do here, but now already winning a free kick. We're getting closer to stoppage time, and a free kick for the LA Force in a favorable position. Could this be the set piece that leads to that crucial winning goal?
Yeah, a couple seconds remaining till we reach the 90th minute. Might be another substitution. Oh, there's 1 minute added into the, if I'm not mistaken, to stoppage time.
And it looks like, yeah, 1 minute,
minute
of stoppage time. I was
That's
way off on
rare.
that one.
You did all the substitutions possible. How is it? I would expect at least 3 minutes minimum.
Well, either way.